everybody, Lex from PDQ.com. That's a little slow, huh? Lex from PDQ.com. Quick wins to impress your boss. Thanks, man.
Quick start to give them confidence.
What's the name of our company? Oh, yeah, .com.
Where do I work?
What?
Ouch. Okay, so don't do that. That's not how you impress your boss. Sorry, guys.
Sitting over there in the corner.
Sitting in the corner about to abuse me. Let's jump in and I'll show you guys some things. Obviously, things that are going to impress your boss. Knowing things before he needs them, right? Having those ready, those kind of things are always good. So we're going to start by jumping into some reports. Reports, nothing new. I know you guys have run these before, but obviously in inventory, I'm going to pop open the applications report. The good thing about this, well, notice here, I just had ABBA highlighted, and so it only ran off that specific machine. I'd like to run that against all machines, so I'll go select the collection, all computers, and there's all computers. Again, this is kind of hard, in my mind, kind of hard to read because, well, a lot of lines that I want to group this by the name of the application. So you right click and group by this column. Here's the breakdown of what is actually out on the network, on the machines that we've scanned. So I can easily go out and say, hey, Shane, is there any software that we shouldn't have on here that you think we need to get rid of? I can easily find this. Anything you want me to look for?
Oh, you're not doing a rhetorical question.
No, this is not rhetorical, man. This is the interactive part of the show.
Steam or something like that.
Steam? See if we got anybody gaming out there. This is my lab, dude. There's not going to be Steam out there, but you could check for coupon printers. Once again, we don't have any. It's my lab. Torrents would be another good one. We have Epic Pen installed. We got 2 versions of it on 2 different machines. I think I'm going to go uninstall it off Guinness. What do you think, JJ?
I'd rather you not.
Would that mess up the webcast if I did that?
It's not a stopper, but
I can tell you. It was years ago with inventory. I went to the chief of security and I just said, "Is there?" Same question. What shouldn't people have? And he said, "Well, there's this really popular and this is years ago. He goes loft crack, loft L0." Loft crack was a password cracker, and he said there should only be one machine that has that, and it's this guy's machine because this guy is my security person who's using it to enforce passwords to see those who crack easily. And I just ran a quick inventory report and found 7
of them
around. Yeah, just 7 different people that had proven that they needed for legitimate reasons administrative access, and they had installed it. And so that's an example. Password crackers. Again, this makes it real easy for you to find these. Again, the filter's right up here. I group it, and again, you'll notice right here, the other thing I noticed is I've got a couple of different versions of Flash, so right out the gate, I know I've got some updating to do on my lab, which I'm not going to do. Just kidding.
But you are going to use the highlighter.
Well, yeah, unless I uninstall it, right? That's Epic Pen, right? That's the highlighter?
Yeah, that's the one.
So Epic Pen makes it so I can do this.
Yeah.
All right. So there's that report. Now, the other good thing you can do is you can export these. Now, there's a couple of different ways to export it. Let's just go out and we're going to export this to a CSV. Save data to a file. Click on that. Here's the options you've got right here to save it. Excel, different versions of Excel, PDF, HTML. I'm just going to CSV that bad boy, put it on my desktop so we can take a look at it. But there it is, nice and quick, applications, and there's the CSV version of it, which is actually kind of cool if you wanted to actually, do some different types of data manipulation with that. Here's the other great thing that'll be a big win. Let's say, Shane, how often do you want to see, let's say, application report?
Once a week.
Once a week. Okay. What day would you like that?
I'd like to start my week off with bad news, so Monday.
So we'll have it automatically pop up the internet news for you. Okay, just kidding. So you said weekly on
Going
Mondays,
back to
right?
the pre-show on that deep pool.
Weekly apps. Path, I'm going to drop this in your your reports folder on the file server.
Okay.
As long as you've got a good solid UNC path, you can do that. Again, for the demonstration here, I'm just going to drop it on the desktop. There's the UNC path to my desktop.
You could also schedule it for email.
Yeah, that is true. I was going to get there. And we're going to schedule that to run every 15 minutes so we spam the crap out of you. But So report name and date, because I figured
So this is a webcast on how to piss off your boss.
impress and piss your boss off.
It's a really bad Monday.
Is it? It's going to be a bad Monday. We're going to make sure it's a bad Monday. Again, you pick your values, triggers. Shane wanted it weekly on Monday, right? And what time did you want it? In the morning?
Surprise me, young man.
Well, I know Shane gets in early, so we'll set it for 9 a.m. because he gets here about 9:15, right?
Oh, I get in between 6 and 10 every
6
day.
and 10
like
every day like clockwork. Okay. We can put Shane's email address in right here. If you're going to email it, you do have to have your SMTP relay set up in preferences. I'll show you where that is in one sec. And then again, select your report, applications in this case. There we go, weekly on Monday. Shane's going to get that. Now, if you go to options, preferences, your mail setup is right there, mail server setup. Okay, set it up, test it, works great. Another win would be being able to tell your boss what applications are old on machines. Now, here you'll notice we've got Chrome old, we've got all the collections that have old in it. Now, if you use the same naming convention, this becomes a very easy report to build. So I'm going to build an old app report. We're going to do a new basic report, and we'll call this old apps. And then what we're going to do, we're going to go and we're going to grab the member of collection name, and then our filter is going to be member of collection where the name contains that parentheses old. Easy enough, yeah? Let's run that against all computers. Now, this one, again, here's the applications that are, or the member of the collections that are old. I'm going to group this by computer so we can see which computer is been neglected the most in this case. So right click, group by this column, and here's all the, it looks like Bird Person's got 15 apps that are old that need to be updated. Shame on, well, it's my lab, huh? Shame on me.
And generally, generally the people who want to know, they don't care about those computers that are doing fine.
True.
You know, it's like having a signal that says all is well that goes off every 10 seconds. They want to know about the problem computers, so that's probably where you'd want to go on the report.
Absolutely. And the other nice thing is I'm going to go back to that weekly apps, and I'm going to actually attach that old apps in there, so Shane now gets that one also on Mondays. So
Well, thank you,
you'll
sir.
notice after this Monday they'll all be cleaned, and I should be impressing you at that point, right?
Oh, once again, are we talking hypothetical? Do you really want the answer to that one?
No, we don't.
I think you know.
Wait, well,
think
go
you-
ahead, JJ.
I think you know what the answer
we
is.
all know what that answer is.
That's you got a lot of historical baggage to overcome there.
Come on, 0 to 1 is improvement. That should
No,
be
it's true.
impressive.
This is true, and that should be your goal.
Ouch. I told you guys I loved you today.
And I you.
No, there's a reason I haven't told you.
Oh, you got one. You got
Way
one.
to
Boom,
go.
gotcha. Okay.
Way to go, Lexathon.
Hey, and Colby had a great report, and I had to import this one because it's a SQL report. I'm going to show it to you. Colby, is that link out for everybody to grab?
Yep, it's in the bonus content, and I will post it in the chat.
Thank you so much. So we're going to go to reports. We're going to run, it's the application comparison report. Now, when I did this, I'm comparing all computers. It says select 2 computers to compare. So let's go back and do this properly and grab 2 machines. We'll grab Allen Rails and we'll grab Bird Person. What it's going to do, it's going to, would you want to tell people about it, Colby, since it's your report?
Yeah, it will show you basically 2 things. Applications that are only on one computer, or applications that are on both but are different versions.
So if you had, let's say, all accounting computers need to have the same applications on them, this would help you get to that point. So you'll notice Allen Rails has Reader DC version 20 something there. Bird Person doesn't have that. Okay. Right here, you take a look at the OneDrive. Both of them have OneDrive on it, and here's the versions of it. So you can see that there are differences. This is a great one. Again, if you need to make uniformity across the groups, this will help you do that. So
What a great time that you could have used the highlighter.
I love you, JJ. Just kidding. See, look
like
at yeah, right. So application comparison report, it's great. Try it. Obviously, you can do more than one computer at a time. It just starts getting a little more complex to read. So this is what the sequel looks like. And I'd read it to you, but it would be almost as boring to hear me read it as it would be to watch me type it. So right there. Try it, guys. It's great. I ran it the other day. It was awesome. So
Thanks, Colby.
yeah.
I was halfway when you said, "Hey, Colby, you want to tell these people, want to tell them what it does?" I was half expecting Colby to go, "No,
Nope.
No.
Well, guess what? You're getting that one on Monday now, too.
What? Colby's no,
No, the
his
application.
no report."
Or he could have just said yes. I'd be happy to tell them.
I'd be happy, but I'm not going to.
Oh, you want me to?
Oh yeah.
Oh, well, that's something entirely different.
Be specific, Lex.
You guys are hard to work with today. Well, every day. Let's just be honest. Okay. Last week I showed you guys there's an advanced filter in the grid. I showed it to you, but I didn't show you how really truly cool it was. So the nice thing about this, again, we got the filter here, but this filter allows you to include, exclude. I can go in and say, I'm going to look for any machine with the name that contains MA. Boom, that shows up. So I've got 3 machines that have, Ma Bell, Spider-Man, and Vince Maximus, right? I can also go in and exclude. Let's say I want to get rid of any of those machines. You put a minus and an 1803 on there, except you need to be able to type properly. And it excludes the one machine that was version 1803, which is kind of cool. I mean, the combinations are obviously endless there. Colby, any thoughts?
Yeah, it's a really useful filter for when you want to do semi-complicated searches. Kind of, if you have something that the regular filter can't do, this might be able to do it. Plus, something else that can be really useful is if you use both of them. So something I like to do is do like my first filter in the regular one, and then a second filter with the Control F.
Very nice. I can't think of a case where I could do that right now live because I'm on the spot, but that would be that's cool. I like that. I'm gonna hit close. The other thing I like doing here, and this, it doesn't necessarily impress your boss, but it makes your life a lot easier. Okay, maybe it'll impress your boss if he's looking at your console. I'm gonna do a multi-tier grouping here. So what I want to do is I'm gonna group by OS, by Windows OS. So I'm gonna sort. I'm gonna go group this column. Notice it now breaks it down by 2010, 2012, 19, 7. Okay. I'm also going to go in and I'm going to group it by release. So now I will get a multi-grouping. So now here's all my Windows 10 broken down by here's my 1709 machines. Check it out, JJ. Here's my 1803 machines. There's my 1903 machines. Use the highlighter finally.
I'm so happy right now.
Are you? Just ecstatic. That's your birthday present for me, man.
Sure, we're not supposed to mention that his
Oh.
birthday's tomorrow.
His birthday is not tomorrow. It's not today either. So there's some grouping. There's also some grouping you can do if your boss, Shane wants to know how many of your deployments have been successful, So what I like to do is I'll go to all deployments, and then I will group by, on the top level, I'll group by the package so I can see what's been deployed. So you take a look, there's all my 7-zip stuff. And then down here, I'll group by status on the bottom window so I get my success and my failed. So notice I've got 3 failed attempts there. Makes it kind of easy, so it groups that a little bit so that you can easily, like, hey, Shane, when I deployed 7-zip, Bird Person and Crucible Bot both failed, and then I tried Bird Person again, it failed also. Don't ask me why, because I'm not going to tell you, but I'll get it fixed. Okay, so obviously grouping some information together so that you have answers, quick answers, always helps out. Any thoughts? Any comments, Shane?
No, I'm impressed.
Oh, are you now? Okay.
I kind of am.
I've had a week to work on this. You know what? We've gone for quite a long time without a question.
Yes, we have.
Let's do some questions.
Dear Lex and Shane, is it possible to create a dynamic collection of devices that have never had a successful scan using a specific scan profile. I can do not successful scan, and I can do scan profile contains name, but I'd like to have one that's not successful scan using X profile. Possible? Thanks, David Richmond.
So
We do keep which profiles are there, but you're using the word ever,
yeah,
and that data could get wiped out as you automatically clear out old, scan. You don't clear out the data from the scan, but you clear out the reference to the scan, and that's kind of necessary.
Inventory does not keep a history.
But we don't have the historical data. So if we actually tell them it's a good idea to delete there's no reason really generally for someone to say, oh, I know that a year ago I received a standard scan on this computer. So we usually keep it to 2 weeks.
yeah.
Yeah, for the most part, we do have the flag of never been scanned. I have to dig around a little bit on that one, and it might cause you to have to keep settings that you'd have to weigh the cost benefit analysis of keeping that and slowly degrading your system for this information.
Well, I can say this: I was able to pull up on Allen Rails. I've had one scan on this machine,
Actually,
and it does have. We did the standard profile, and I do have the scan user of Quintana on there. Now, if I had any history, I blew this away yesterday to clean it up for the webcast. You may be able to run it against that table there, but again, the ever part, that's like Shane
actually,
said.
you know what? Now that I don't have a computer in front of me, but we have those triggers to say, if the last scan date is longer than, or scan time is longer than this, if this profile hasn't been run in 2 weeks or something like that, then run it. So now I'm thinking, oh, you know what? We probably do store that somewhere, but I'm going to have to dig. Maybe somebody who's out there in front of a computer can dig and find that answer, but you probably will be able to.
Okay.
Oh, Colby.
This seems like a good question for our forum.
Yeah.
Gives us a little more time to research it. Other people from the community may be able to pipe in.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, post that question to the forum. That'd be
Absolutely.
fantastic.
You want to do another question?
Dear Shane and Lex, is there a quick way for an admin to be alerted when a specific computer, one that is infrequently on the network and only on the network for a few minutes at a time, gets hit with a heartbeat? We have a few traveling users I'd like to surprise/ambush with a well-timed phone call. Thanks, guys. Sincerely, someone named Jeff.
Okay, so let's say you built a package that sends you a message, and you put it on a heartbeat. I'm trying to say, and aim at it with that one machine. I don't know. I mean, Shane, I'm
I'm
stretching,
going to need
man.
to look at that question. I don't have a screen in front of me. Hold on.
Quick way.
Where's that question? Hold on.
It's-
We're social distancing.
Let me. You can come up here if you want, Shane. I'll
Okay,
step
I'll
off
do
set over here.
I was trying to follow that one. Okay.
Second window's easy to read.
Yeah. What's up with this? Okay. Is there a quick way for an admin to be alerted when Okay. Not at this time. There would be. So the answer is, we say PowerShell a lot. You could have a PowerShell. You could have a PowerShell a package that runs a PowerShell script that is targeted to these machines, and that PowerShell script then does some type of alert to you, and then you would get that then you could get that because that would be based off of the heartbeat trigger. It's just that trigger would kick off a package that would only work for these. So yes, the answer is yes, but it's not out of the box. You're going to have to build that. Come on over here, Lex. Hey, everybody.
So you just confirmed what I said and added the word PowerShell. Colby?
Thanks.
Did he?
Yeah, so I was
Yeah,
trying.
boom.
I was trying to follow that, but I'm just hearing the question, and I
Yeah.
needed to see it.
That's a difficult one. Do you want to do another question? Or should I move on?
Move on.
Okay. Right, another way to impress your boss is to not install stuff on things that shouldn't be installed. There's a lot of different ways you can go about it by excluding machines. You can exclude targets and target filters. The thing I'm talking about is, let's say we've got a certain number of applications or machines that need to not get an update. So I built a static collection called no updates, and I put CruciaBot in here. Okay, CruciaBot needs to stay, and we're going to do it off Chrome. Needs to stay on the current version of Chrome regardless, and I've auto set up auto deployments to make sure that it gets updated. So what you're going to do, we're going to rebuild a new production Chrome old, and all I'm going to do, and it is great. After last week, I learned a new way to do this because of what Colby told me. We're going to go build a new dynamic collection. We're going to call this we'll call this production prod Chrome old. Okay, so that we know this is the one we're going to use for production. In the computer table, we're going to go and say it needs any of these machines for Chrome old. We're just going to piggyback off the collection. There it is. Collection is a member of Chrome old. We'll just go select that. Internet browsers, Chrome old. That was pretty easy. And then we are also going to add computer is not a member of, and we're going to select the no updates collection that I built. Okay, so this is our new production Chrome old. Let me drag that over here so that I can't not have these lined up right. All right, so there is now just to verify that CruciaBot was in there, Chrome old, there it is. Dex nose is in our no update, so I'm just going to go, Dex nose is right there. Let's say Dex, we want to add that to this also. The nice thing is it will exclude it right here. Dex nose will disappear in just a second, assuming I hit the right button. There it is. It's I went through gyrations of, filters, sub-filters to get to this, and then I found out I could do it this way. It's so much easier. You've been there before, Shane?
Yes.
Layers of filters. I just see Shane really smiling.
Of course.
Yep. That's an easy way to do it. It's, again, super easy. Any comments, anything, guys? All right, let's also take a look at packages really quick. And I just want to talk about conditions with packages and pre and post steps. So let's go mess with the all ever wonderful Chrome package. Here's the Chrome package pre-steps. And I'm going to add a reboot step in there. Okay. Now, does everybody need a reboot? Not necessarily. I can do this with conditions. Only reboot if a machine is a member of, we're going to go find that needs reboot collection. And we're going to add that in here. Right. Reboot required. That's it. Reboot required. We'll go workstations because I don't want to reboot servers. Okay. So what will happen is, again, this is going to get kicked off automatically. The first step, it's going to go in and say, hey, let's reboot a machine only if it's a member of workstations that need a reboot required.
Mm-hmm. Which is, this goes back to the better together for those that don't have PDQ inventory. This would not be that condition would not be available.
Absolutely. The thing I like about it is I get a little maintenance done while I'm doing some updates. Obviously, you want to do this at night, unless you're me, and then you can launch it in the middle of the day. Just turn your phone off first before you do it because you're going to get phone calls. The other one that I get a lot of questions on is, you know what, I don't want to disable the auto updates, and so this is how you do this in your auto download packages. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go in here under details on step 3. I'm going to copy this. Okay, and then I'm going to add a post step because you can't modify the steps on auto download, but we can add a command step as a post step and undo what was done. And I don't know what that is. Maybe it's a 1 right there. I think it's been a little bit since I've turned auto updates on. Man, I gotta quit typing. I am not a good typist. That's how. I'm just stating the obvious. Come on, I was waiting for it from you, man. I mean, I don't know.
I love you, dude.
But that's how you do it. If you want to undo something that's been done in an auto download without having to redo it every time, do it in a post step, and that should take care of you in regards to that. Any other things you'd like to do in pre and post step, Shane? Colby?
Reboot is a big one. Killing processes. There are people that are saying, "Hey, I really need this application to be updated, but this other process needs to be killed. So I'm going to send a message if the computer's logged on, saying if someone's logged on, I'm going to send a message saying you're going to lose this application for a moment, and then it will kill it. I mean, there's every application, every environment is different, but
you're
that's
nice to people. You let them know. It's just wrong. So wrong, man. Full contact IT.
I'm nice to most people.
Huh? Is that why my machine's been acting funny lately? You know, I'll tell you what. You don't get in a war with sysadmins or developers. You just don't do it. It's bad stuff happens, and I can never one up people here. There's so many smart people, so I just never fight that battle.
It's true. I mean, I go into some stories about people that have pissed me off when I was a sysadmin.
Oh yeah.
And things that happened to their computers.
Do we want to? I can cover automated testing, or do we have more questions we want to hit in the next little bit?
Dear Shane and Lex and Colby, can we build a report that would show all of the deploy packages that we need to download based on inventory's list of applications installed in our environment? Something like, you could be updating this with our great software, but you're not. Thanks, Billy Z.
I'm thinking that old applications report, because right off the bat there, you know, anything in that old application report I built earlier tells you need to update those. So there's the first list. Comparing that to what you've got might be a sequel. I don't know. That's database jumping, isn't it? Because it's inventory versus, yeah.
Yeah, that would either require access to deploys database or like access to the package library or something. So that's nothing you'd be able to do natively within inventory.
A good place to look is that old app report. That'll at least point you at what you need to download at that point, if you can get it. So, you have another question?
Hey Shane and Lex, sometimes after OS reinstall, my guys fail to name the PC properly, so I end up with two computer objects in AD, and thus inventory. Is there a way to track these? I guess the criteria would be MAC address, which is equal on those, but I don't know how to make an auto report with that. Thanks, Max C.
I'm going to say you should be able to compare MAC addresses and names. Would that be a SQL report, Colby? Or can you do that just off basic report?
Yes, you can. You can look for duplicate MAC addresses, but I'm about to share a link to a report I created a while ago to search for duplicate AD GUIDs. So that one could help as well. And I'll also share the one that I have for the duplicate MAC addresses.
Now you wouldn't have to use SQL to do it to find
duplicate MAC
you can use a
addresses.
basic report to find more than one computer that has the same, whatever. In this case, a MAC address.
Here's your MAC address. Yeah. Guess you group it, count it. Yeah. True.
I'm sorry. I think that's I was thinking of if you knew the MAC address. If you wanted to do something to group those that have more than one using the having clause, then yeah, you're going to use a SQL report. Mm-hmm. So that's where
I was thinking. Yeah.
Do a group by and having.
Yeah. Well, I like the fact Kobe's pretty much already done the work. I'm going to download his and get a copy of it. I'm the world's greatest plagiarize and modify. So.
Hey, it's all about making it. It's all about reducing the steps.
That is true.
We are a community.
Got another question?
Hey Shane and Lex, are there any plans of adding pie charts or graphs to HTML or PDF report outputs? Higher ups at my place like pretty pictures rather than numbers. Thanks, Tommy A.
I don't know about if it's on the future. I can tell you how to do it. Export that file as an Excel, and then you can make all the pretty graphs you want and send it to them. I don't know, Shane.
Well, we've talked about it, but we have so many customers that say I've kind of got my reporting system where I like it. I've got whether it's Excel or Access or Crystal, whatever. That's why we've made the data available. But I could see a date in the future where we extend that. It's just got some higher priority things to jump on.
Yeah. Are we hitting a speed round, or are we pretty much exhausted questions at this point?
Yeah, we got about 3 more.
3 more?
Yeah.
All right.
So you can take it slow. Fish.
Slow.
You're speaking Lex's language.
I'll drink to that.
All right, I'll read this one slowly.
Come on, Adrian Cronauer. You don't have to do that.
Hey there, guys. I would like to allow my help desk to use PDQ Inventory in read-only mode, or just allow them to see only part of the collections, etc. Do you plan on implementing this feature? Thank you, Jot Z.
That sounds like a kind of a permissions.
Yeah,
kind of a thing.
that's. We're in discussions, but it won't. We're in discussions with that to see how we can make it work. But it's by no means a guarantee. Just so you know, it has been discussed. So.
Yep. What he said.
Hey guys, for managing non-VPN users with inventory and deploy, do you have anything in place for that yet? And if not, when? How will it work? Will clients need to come into the office to set this up on their workstations and laptops? Thank you, Jerry A.
I'm going to pass that to Shane. You want to come up and read this one, Shane?
Actually, do you want to? You can go ahead and address the PDQ link if you want.
We have created a product called PDQ Link. I believe it should be out within several weeks, barring any setbacks or anything like that. But it will be basically an application that helps you set up and manage Microsoft RAS, which is a VPN provider. But I believe it will be sort of an always-on VPN.
Yeah, it's not. It doesn't require that you have a VPN. It doesn't require that you replace. If you do have one, that you replace it. We kind of met that need, so it's a mix. It's not the agent that we had tried years ago, 2 years ago. This is the ability. This should hit that requirement that you have to hit those machines that are not on your network. There are some prerequisites, but it's called PDQ Link, and it's forthcoming.
Yep.
Dear guys, what are your summer plans regarding webcasts? Thanks, Marcel.
You're seeing it.
We usually roll the dice Thursday morning. Decide who's going to be here.
Hi, Marcel, by the way.
Hey.
How's it going, buddy? The same as it's always been. I think it's just we're planning on doing it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to eventually being able to stand next to Shane or Jordan, because it's so much easier to abuse
The feeling
and
is
be
not
abused as long as I wear deodorant, right? I summer webcast just as normal.
Yeah, we've never really stopped for summer. We will stop for a holiday here and there, but
This isn't broadcast TV.
yeah.
We don't take those kind of breaks where you get 10 episodes and then you have to wait a whole another year before you can watch your favorite show again.
Reruns.
Lately, it's wait 3 years.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. We've been recycling some old ones, haven't we?
No, I was talking
No,
about
we're
TV.
talking
Oh, TV.
We're talking about
talking
something that's
specifically
definitely outside of your wheelhouse.
Out of my realm. TV, movies. Yeah. What can I say?
That's it.
All right, well.
Well,
Do you have
hopefully.
anything else to cover?
Do I have anything else to cover? Nah.
We're out of questions.
I think we're good
Cool.
at this point.
Keep an eye out for PDQ Link, everybody.
Absolutely. Hey, thank you guys. Hopefully I've shown you some things that will be able to help you impress your boss. Remember, knowing before you need to know is always great. So having your data ready and accessible, and that is always a must. Thanks for watching. I'm Lex from PDQ.com.
Thanks for joining our webcast today. Congratulations, Jeff P. and David R., winners of PDQ swag. Send us your info at webcast@pdq.com. Thanks again for joining us. Stay safe, and we'll see you back here next week.